Oh, yeah. Good morning, everybody. Happy Thursday. Yeah, it's Thursday, I think. Um, one more day to go. Well, doesn't really matter anymore, does it? They're all pretty much the same. But yeah, happy Thursday. Hope everybody's doing well. The weather here is just absolutely fantastic. Sunny, still a little on the humid side, but yeah, that's okay. Gonna be a great day. Gonna be a great Friday, and gonna be a great weekend. So I'm pretty stoked about that. So let's see who we have over here. Uh, we have, oh gosh, I'm way behind. Hold on here. Let's see. We got Big D in the house. Says happy Thursday. Okay, he confirmed it's Thursday. Thank you, Dave. Wonderful Brooklyn, Michigan. Okay. Earl Walker's here this morning. 63 going to 75. Thumbs up. Yeah, we got a couple over there. Thank you, Earl. Troy Pritchard's here. Happy Thursday to you, sir. Hey, look who we woke up. Mark Lindsay, CNC. 61 overcast in southern Oregon. High of 83 and rain. Hmm. Okay. How much longer before you break ground on your new building, Mark? You trying to get that going pretty soon? Uh, I suspect there'll be a video or two about it, but I hadn't seen one yet. Let's see, Paul Stewart's here. Good morning, Paul. How you doing? Steve Grunsky, 59, going all the way up to 90. Glad my shop air. Oh, my shop is air conditioned. Yeah, 90 is a little warm. I can, if it's like 80 or something, as long as I got a fan moving a little air around, I'm okay. I don't really get that hot. Of course, I'm not working all that hard out there anyway, but um, yeah, anything above that, it starts getting a little bit, and you hate getting sweaty because then the sawdust sticks to you real good. Uh, let's see here. We got Wild Bill Larison over there on Facebook. How you doing, Bill? Good to see you. Dave Mack, walking with Jax on a cooler mountain morning. Busy day today. All right. Well, I'm sure you'll post pictures, whatever you do today, Dave. Janet Moore's here. How you doing, Janet? She says, "What a beautiful day we're having." It is a beautiful day, isn't it? Christina's here. Good morning. Hey, there's Paul from P&G Custom Woodworks. Says, "Good morning, all from the soggy state of Indiana." Mm-mm-mm. Stephen Toronto, how you doing, sir? Good morning to you. Gary Hammett, good morning to you, sir. Kevin Els, still got the construction going on over there. Good to see you, Kevin. Derek Birds says, "Good morning, Dave and everyone." Keith Stanford, "Good morning from cool New Hampshire with a promise of moisture today." All righty. Charles Steve says, "Good morning, Dave and everyone from Rome, Georgia." Mark says, second week of June, and he still hadn't set up the pool. Not much sense in setting it up if it won't stop raining. Well, if you get it set up, the rain will fill it up for you. There you go. Let's see here. Bill is confirming that it's a beautiful day in Plainfield. I'll bet it is. I'll bet it is. Hey, there's Grant Davis. Says, "Ever had one of those days, got up to start a day of carving and already broke a bit. I messed up 2 pieces of wood, had to walk away and regain my sanity." You know, I'm just going to go out on a limb here, Grant, and say you probably have not had enough coffee. So get you a cup of coffee, Just calm down. Go back out there and try it again later. That is Dave's tip of the day. Hey, I don't know how this guy got in here. How about it? Bob Grubb, how you doing, buddy? Good to see you. Good morning to you. Let's see. Mark says, I'm tying up loose ends before I break ground. The shed place. Oh, because of the COVID thing. Man, nuts. Yeah. All right. All right. Let's see here. Jim Jones in the house. Old Dave, you used to bale hay in hotter weather. Yes, I did, and I didn't like that either, Jim. Man, I remember because I was always a small. I am not a very big guy anyway, but I remember I was always usually one of the smaller guys of the hay baling crew, and I was always get stuck up in the loft. Um, Man, you talk about hot and no air moving and stuff. Good times though. Good times. Janet is letting Bobby Grubb know that Marty Hempsel is trying to reach you. Yeah, she had posted something. I guess she was concerned that she'd sent you a message and you didn't message her back or something. But we have proof that Bob Grubb is still around. Right there he is. So, let's see. There's Bart Bixel. How you doing, Bart? Good morning to you. Paul says, I've never broken a tool, but I've made a lot of firewood. Yeah, that's why I just call it sometimes when you get to the end of a project and then you mess it up right at the end, I call it pretty firewood because it's usually got some engraving or something pretty on it. So it's just pretty firewood. I have made lots of that for sure. And broke tools. Done it all. Let's see. Yeah, Mark, you can just keep stashing away them big bucks and, put in all them modern conveniences in that thing. Just make it mold better. Troy says, I don't like to bale hay neither. Anyway, I wouldn't want to now. Been there. Because, now they do it different. I mean, down here, I don't know if they still do it like that in Indiana or not, but now everybody does those big round bales. I guess maybe because you can't get people to do that kind of work like you used to. I don't know. All right, well, I think I'm caught up on the comments here. And I'm glad I've got a pretty diverse crowd here. I know we've got, obviously, we've got some people from Indiana here. We've got somebody from Oregon. Trying to think where all these other folks are from. Let's see, Michigan is represented here. Ohio. Let's see who else if I can remember. New Hampshire. I think we got some Oklahoma. I don't know if we got anybody from Texas yet or not. Let's see. I think he's from Louisiana. Anyway, I got a question for y'all. And this is just to educate myself because I've been down here in Georgia for a long time. And ever since I've been down here, it's been the same. But I don't think it's the same. In fact, I know it's not the same everywhere. So I'm just trying to educate myself. But for those of you, if you would, tell me what state when you comment here. But I'm wondering, like for example, the other day I went and voted, and down here in Georgia, we have voter ID and you have to pull out, some kind of photo ID. Of course, I just have a driver's license because everybody loves their driver's license picture. So I just pull that out and stuff. But I saw something on the news today, and it was a a story about voter suppression. I mentioned the other day that the same counties that always have trouble here had trouble again, and they're trying to blame it on voter suppression and all this kind of stuff. But they had a list of things that they considered voter suppression, and one of them was voter ID, and I'm like, huh? But anyway, so if you would, in the comments, just put whether what state you're from, and when you go to vote, do you have to show a photo ID? Do you have voter ID? I'm just trying to educate myself to see, because to me it just seems like a pretty smart and simple thing to do, but I know every state doesn't do it, and I don't understand exactly how that works. So, but anyway, I see we got Pennsylvania represented here. There's that all things of the YouTubes guy. How you doing, Matt? Got another Georgian here. David from Portal Woodworks is here. Let's see. Okay, so Christina says Michigan driver's license has to be shown. So you do have some, we'll just call it voter ID then, I guess. So Michigan's in. Okay, Tom P. 61, Illinois. Vote early and often, don't need anything. Okay. Indiana is voter ID. Okay. Bart is no voter ID, mail in only. Okay, so you can't go to the polls. They don't have polls. Is that how it works? And Mark as well, all mail in ballot. We have to provide 2 forms of ID to register to vote. Okay. Well, the thing that I was wondering is if for the states that don't have, okay, Steven says Mississippi has voter ID. Yeah. You need ID for just about anything, so why not voting? Yeah. I don't get the people that are opposed to voter ID. I think, do you not want a secure election? I don't understand their logic behind, because what I don't understand is if there's any place that has polls where you go to the poll to vote, but you don't have voter ID, how do they know you've already voted? Like if you go to this polling station and you don't have to show anything, you just walk in and get a ballot and do your thing. How do they know you're not going to leave and go to another polling station, or maybe come back to that same one later and do it again? I mean, I don't understand how they keep up with that stuff. Does anybody? Like I said, I'm just trying to educate myself. I don't get how that works. So, I mean, in the mail-in thing, I mean, I understand the absentee ballot, which is what we have here in Georgia. If you're going to be, like soldiers and stuff, if they're out of the country serving their country or stuff like that, and they know they're not going to be here, you can request an absentee ballot and fill that out. In fact, because of this COVID thing, they sent out things for the absentee ballot, but I decided I didn't even want to send mine in. And it wasn't an absentee ballot. It was a application to get an absentee ballot. But I thought, no, I don't care. Even with the COVID stuff going on, I want to go to the polls and do mine. Let's see, Mark says when he lived in Nevada, they had to show photo ID and voter registration card. Yeah. Well, they didn't ask me for my voter registration card, but I guess if they couldn't find you on their list, they might have asked me, said, well, do you have that? And I have it in my wallet, so I carry it around. So I don't, Okay, Steven says after you vote, the ballot gets scanned into a database. Okay, now I know that's how the ones work, like where I'm at with the machine. That's what they did. They scanned it and said it was counted. But for the people who don't have to show voter ID when they go in and vote, because their information is not on that ballot anywhere. So once that ballot's put in there, they don't know whose it was, right? Or am I missing something? I don't know. Somebody enlighten me if you can. But it looks like most of the people here are in states that where you do have to show voter ID. And like I said, I don't get what the big deal is, because you have to show you have to show ID to get a mortgage. You got to show ID to get. I mean, even as old as I am, I get carded if I go to buy a 6-pack of beer down at Publix or something. That's part of the rule. They're supposed to ask you for the ID. Janet says we have to sign our name on the voter registration list. They have. Okay. Yeah, we did too. Of course, I had to do it with one of those little pens with a funny tip, because I was doing it on a touchscreen thing. They don't even have a paper form for that anymore. But yeah, Dave says no ID. They can just give another name like a dead person. Yeah, because there's, what if, I just don't think they do a very good job of purging the voter lists. I mean, let's face it, people die every day. But yeah, Tom says my ballot is scanned when I'm done voting, but they don't check that it is actually me with an ID. Yeah, I don't know. I just think we're leaving ourselves open for a lot of funny stuff. And it's, I don't know why anybody would be against something that's on, trying to make it on the up and up. Matt says people who can vote are on the list and you sign the list. Only one Matthew Haas can cast a ballot, but the ballot itself is not tied to me. Well, I'm sure there's only one Matthew Haas in the world. God, let's hope so. Although he does have like 17 YouTube channels. So you have diversified a bit. But anyway, all right, I'll keep watching, see if anybody can give me a good thing there. Yeah, Mark says he's bleeding to death, biting his tongue. Yeah, I get it. All right, moving on. Since that was such a fun topic. Janet said, hold on, I got to read this. If it's from Janet, I know it's going to be good. It says, if someone using my grandpa's name to vote Democrat, I believe he will rise up from the grave and get him. Yeah. Yeah. That's, I don't know. I don't get some of that stuff. I don't understand people's arguments for saying you're discriminating by asking somebody to say who they are. I don't think that should be a big deal, but that's just me. I'm happy to say who I am. You may like me, you may not, and I don't really care. So what you see is what you get. What do they say? WYSIWYG? Isn't that what it used to be? What you see is what you get. But anyway, in other news, if you're one of the 5 or 6 people that still want to go to a NASCAR race, you better leave your Confederate flag at home, because they are banning those, and you can't have one. You can't display one. I mean, I don't know exactly how that's going to work. I guess they just, I guess if you have one on your hat or something, they'll make you leave, or maybe a tag on the front of your car or something. I don't know how that's going to work, but um, anyway, at a time when they need fans, like most of us need air to breathe, that should be interesting. That they decided to do that, because NASCAR's been around since 1948, so the other 72 years up to now they were fine with it. And I don't care one way or another. Don't get me wrong, I'm not a big Confederate flag waver, but I just think it's a little silly. Uh, like I said, it's been okay for the past 72 years. Didn't bother anybody. Um, I'm going to have to ask about this. Mary Mallory says, good morning from Locust Grove. Would that be Locust Grove, Georgia? And if so, that means you're right down the road from me. Because Locust Grove is it's not far, 5-10 minutes maybe. Mark says, welcome to 1984. We eliminate the evidence, we can change history. Yay. Yeah. And it's like it's really snowballing too. Yeah, like in high school, you'll have to turn your shirt wrong side out. Yeah. I just wonder how that's going to work, because a lot of those type of flags, and not just that flag, but you see the Dale Earnhardt flags, or that's what people do when they go to the infield, man. If you've been to a NASCAR race, and I've been to plenty of them, as you walk through the infield, and even the parking lot as you're walking back to your car, there's some really interesting people at NASCAR races. Just saying. So I'm not sure how that's gonna work. Yeah, and see that's this kind of my point, Dave. You can now kneel for the national anthem. You can burn a flag, American flag, but you can't fly that other one, just because. I don't know. I guess Atlanta, they'll be taking down all the front stretch stands now, because they've got way too many. They already removed all the ones off the back stretch, and they've got the Richard Petty grandstand is on turn 3, and then they have the condominiums. I'd hate to own one of those, but they're right there at turn 4 with the grandstands, and then it comes around all down through the tri-oval and stuff like that. But yeah, they're probably gonna have to remove some more stands, because either that or paint them and put mannequins in them or something, because it's not going to sit well with the folks, I don't think. Yeah. Feels over reels. Not a fan. Yeah. Mark says, half the time I get my t-shirt upside out. Anyway, does that mean I'm trendy? Maybe so, Mark. Maybe so. You were t-shirt cool before it was cool, or something like that. Yeah, state of Mississippi has a Confederate flag on it. Yeah. Well, Georgia, back when we had Governor Roy Barnes, he changed the Georgia flag. So the Georgia flag used to have it on there, a little small part, and they took that down. Yeah. They don't get it. They don't get it. They're trying to be woke, but they're asleep at the wheel, if you ask me. Janet says, if they're kneeling, I'm not watching. Kneel anytime except the national anthem, and I'm good. Yeah. Yeah, I don't, it doesn't really bother me that like the football players and all that stuff, if they want to kneel, more power to them. But when you kneel at a football game, you're at work. That's your job. You're getting paid. So you don't hear about anybody doing it on their time. They only want to do it when the TV camera's pointed at them. So, um, I don't know. Just this whole stuff. I don't even know what to call it. It's just crazy, 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 crazy. Okay, I'll give you a quick update too on the concrete situation. I went and voted Tuesday, and then I'd called before I went and voted. I'd called the company that I had said, "Yeah, go ahead and come do it," and they've been putting me off, and not even calling me and telling me. So I just called them and said, "You know what? Just go ahead and mark me off your little list if I'm on it." I'm not even sure I'm on it because you won't come take my money. So anyway, so I called this other one, and this guy came out, and he measured and got my email address, put it in his phone, and he said, "Okay, I'll have you something tonight or by tomorrow." Okay, well, that was Tuesday. Still haven't heard anything from him. So, really getting frustrated. I got work I need done. I got money. I want to pay somebody to do a good job. And I can't even get anybody to come do the work or even follow up and give me a price, So, yeah. Let's see. Bill says things are foreign to me anymore. It's like I'm living on a different planet. I feel less connected to the earth more each day. Yeah. It's just gone crazy. And it's not going to stop. It's not going to stop. The only thing we can do, and when I say we, I mean those of us who might have even a little bit of common sense, is to keep fighting it. And, fighting it by going to vote, try to vote out the idiots and get other people in there. And eventually they're going to take over anyway. I mean, the educational system has brainwashed some of these folks, and they just don't get it anymore. They don't get it. There's my favorite solar guy right there. Look at him popping in to give a thumbs up. Yeah, follow through seems to be in short supply anymore. Yeah, I'll give him another, today, and if I haven't heard from him today, I'll call and say, hey, maybe you put that email address in wrong or something, but I spelled it right out for him. But I haven't got anything, and we'll see if he wants to do it. If he won't, I'll keep trying till I find somebody else. But I'm not wanting to get out there and do it. I'm too old to load around concrete and all that stuff. So, anyway, Janet says, if you have a contract with any of those concrete folks, make sure to write time is of the essence on the contract. Okay. Well, I haven't even got anybody to give me any kind of thing. I mean, the one guy, the first guy, he came and he gave me a price, and then we negotiated a little bit and got it down a little bit. But then he says, well, I'll, if you pick me to do it, I'll have some paperwork. And I said, okay. But he, and then once I called him and said, yeah, put me on the list. That was over a month ago. So, uh, yeah. Yeah, many of these concrete folks have a minimum square foot requirement to take a job. Some have the courtesy to tell you up front. Yeah, I mean, yeah, if you don't want to do the job, all you got to do is say so. But don't tell me you're going to give me a quote and then, yeah, I'll send you one tonight or tomorrow, and then a week later I got to call you, and then you go, oh, I don't know, I don't. I'm just fussing now. I'm tired of people. Do what you say you're going to do. All right, my little timer went off. I've been griping and stuff now. I don't like to gripe. Uh, and I got stuff to do. I got to go to Lowe's. I know that'll be fun. And I'm not going no curbside pickup either, folks. I'm going in there. I'm going to go in there and grab what I want. I bet I won't be in there 5 minutes because I know right where everything's at, unless they move it. They don't move stuff at Home Depot and Lowe's like they do grocery stores. They pretty much keep it where it's at. So, all righty. Well, I am going to get out of here. I hope everybody has an awesome Thursday. If you're not doing nothing tomorrow, get yourself a cup of coffee, and at 9 o'clock, we'll probably be doing this again. So, everybody have a good one, and we will see y'all later. See you guys.